Hello, in this video we are going to be taking a look at a brand new action camera which we just purchased on Amazon for a little less than $50, and here it is. This is called the oh yeah, that's part of the design, it's not dirt. It's called the VanTop. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. Better. VanTop Moment for You. So in this video, we're going to take a look at this action camera which we purchased for less than $50 on Amazon, and we're going to see if it'll create some great moments for us. I really like these cameras that you can find on Amazon because really, if you're not looking to spend $200 or more on another brand such as GoPro, you can find lots of different action cameras for a great price for any budget on Amazon, made by some companies that maybe you didn't hear about. But if you look at some sample footage and reviews on YouTube, you might find that some of these cheaper cameras are very good. And this is just one of them. The VanTop Moment for You, we're going to take it out of the box, show you what accessories are included, show you the menu settings on the camera, video settings, and then the second part of this video will consist of video tests, sample footage that we took using this camera. So if you'd like to see some video tests, if you just like to see quickly how good you think the video quality looks, please feel free to skip to the second part of this video. Or if you would like to see some longer separate video tests in 4K resolution, 1080p resolution, etc., or the time-lapse feature, we're going to be posting some more videos on this channel very soon, showing some of the other features of this camera and some long video tests at specific resolutions. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's review, or rather, let's take it out of the box, look at the accessories, and check out the settings on the VanTop Moment for You and budget-friendly action camera that we purchased. Just because it was a little bit less than $50, it doesn't mean that it's going to be poor quality. Obviously, as I said before, you can find many action cameras for a good budget on Amazon, but there's only one way to find out if we think the video quality looks good. We're going to start by unboxing, then we're going to test it out in the second part of this video. Let's go. First thing we're going to do is, I got my scissors right here. Just going to see if we can, okay. Always a little bit of a tricky part is just opening the packaging, obviously. But it shouldn't take long. Then we're going to open this camera, see what kind of accessories are included. So anyways, as you may or may not know, you will need to buy a separate memory card, which we're going to talk about soon. Once we are ready to insert the memory card in the camera, you will need a separate micro SD memory card, unless you're buying some sort of special bundle. The micro SD card, which will be the memory card to store the footage on your camera, will not be included, so you'll have to buy one as a separate purchase. It's not that expensive, maybe $10 for a 32 gigabyte card. Anyways, so here is the actual camera itself. Sorry, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. We got the camera in the underwater housing, which we can obviously remove. And we've got this very nice looking design, which says VanTop Moment for You. So the first thing we'll do is look at the box and see what kind of features it advertises. Now, you'll be able to see right here, it seems that the maximum resolution is 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. It says it has a touchscreen. That's very interesting for a $50 camera. Waterproof, I assume that means if you have the underwater housing on. It says that you can get some kind of free gift if you write a review of this product, you write an honest review. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll make a separate video on that later. Up to 20 megapixel camera, slow motion, image stabilization. Hopefully that's probably a separate feature. We're going to check that out. Keep in mind that if there's a photo feature on this camera, it's not going to be meant to replace your smartphone camera or a point and shoot camera, because I'm just going to say this right now. I have two other cheap action cameras. Well, actually, one's not cheap. It was around almost $90, and the other one was around $50, and neither of them produced good quality pictures. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, these are not really for taking it says 20 megapixels, but this is not something that you're going to really want to use as your primary camera. So The photo feature is more like an extra than something that you would consider a main reason to buy one of these cameras. You will definitely not want to buy these for the camera. You want to buy these to make videos. Okay, so let's start by taking this camera. Okay, so we got this. Okay, our accessories are obviously going to be... Whoa, we have a remote. That's really exciting, a remote. A remote control to control the camera remotely, obviously, I guess to start recording remotely. That's very exciting. Okay, so we're going to put this here. First thing we'll do is we're going to just look at the camera itself, then we'll look at the accessories, then we'll start turning it on. Okay, so how can we do this without breaking it? That is always the... Oh, so... this is the part that I always struggle with. I'm trying to figure out how I can actually take this out. Sometimes it's really tricky. It's not very intuitive. How do we... hello? Ah, okay. Never mind. That wasn't so bad. Okay. Here's our camera in the underwater housing, the VanTop Moment for You, which apparently records up to 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Let's just take the camera out here. Okay, so this was basically this container that the camera came in. You won't be needing this. These aren't accessories for your camera. This was just for the purpose of presentation in the box that it came with. So while that is very cool, just keep in mind these are not accessories over here. This is what we're waiting for, the camera. So we can obviously take this plastic covering off once we're ready to start recording, and there's another little plastic covering over the actual lens. Same thing over here, but let's just talk about this camera. As you might know, these are very small generally. Yes, you have the underwater housing, but when we actually take the camera out of the underwater housing, it's very small. So that's very convenient, obviously, for certain types of adventures that you might go on, vacation, etc. And really give this an advantage because they're durable, they're rugged, especially if you have the underwater housing on. So if it just starts drizzling a little bit, starts raining a little bit, you really don't have to worry. As to whether it's going to stay waterproof if you fully submerge it underwater, I have never tried that because I'm afraid, so please do so at your own risk. Okay, so you just want to take the cover off like that. Yeah, let's just show you that again. Looks like it's going to be one of those cameras that just takes a little bit of effort. So you kind of have to pull up here, and then the back will just come right off. A little bit tricky. Here's that card I was talking about. It just says that you can... Oops, potentially get a free gift or something if you write a review. I don't know how that works, so never mind. Okay, anyways, here's the camera itself. This is the hello. Where's the hello? How do we get the camera out? Is there a problem here? Hello? What? I'm really interested to know why the... Oh, there we go. Sorry. It was just stuck. Okay. So again, here's the underwater housing. Very good if you'd like to prevent dust from getting in the lens. Install the battery cover. Oh, okay. I guess it just shows you how to put the battery in. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Here's the VanTop Moment for You, a budget-friendly action camera that we purchased on Amazon. Obviously, you can take this little covering off when you're ready to start recording. Apparently records in 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Very small camera. Very lightweight. We're going to have to put the battery in. And here's your screen, a very big screen. Supposedly it's a touch screen, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, so now that we've taken the camera out of the underwater housing and taken it out of the packaging, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert our micro SD, oh, sorry about that, micro SD memory card, which is a memory card that you must purchase separately with this camera unless you've bought some sort of special bundle. But more often than not, these cameras will not come with a micro SD memory card. So let me just show you, it's extremely small. Here it is. I bought this one, SanDisk 32 gigabytes. Most cameras will accept a 32 gigabyte card, and most will accept more than that, maybe 64. Very small, but here it is. You'll have to buy this separately so that you can store the footage on your camera. Obviously, you need a memory card, so keep that in mind. I'm going to show you what I usually do because sometimes it's very tricky to get the memory cards in. First, you have to figure out if you're putting it in the right way. If you are, it's going to kind of go like this, where you push it a little bit and it kind of comes back like there's a spring in there. And the only way to really get the memory card to go all the way inside the camera is to kind of take some scissors or some kind of thin metal object. Oh, sorry. Okay, you might have heard this little clicking sound, which means that we've correctly inserted the memory card. So now we're ready to insert the battery and see if there's any battery life, so that we're ready to turn on the camera and look at the settings. So anyways, this is the VanTop Moment for You action camera, which we purchased on Amazon for a little less than $50. You have your button, you have some kind of button over here. That's not a button. This looks like maybe it's a power button. You have two up and down buttons on the side. No buttons here, but you have a cable for charging your camera. That's going to be your USB cable, which will also allow you to transfer footage from your camera to your computer. Maybe that's a little bit of a speaker right there. I can't really tell. That's it. Just only a few buttons, but oh, here's the power button. Sorry, and this button might be for going to the menu and looking at different settings. Okay, so now we're ready to look at our accessories, which will include, of course, the battery, which we'll use to turn on the camera. So let's just put this over here to the side, and we're going to show you the accessories, and we're going to turn on the camera. This is very cool. You have an actual remote here. I don't know if this is battery powered, but this is quite exciting. Wow. Take a picture, I think, or record video. Wow, look at that. Actually, it's actually on. I guess it has some kind of battery in here. So press this to take a picture, press this to record video. That's very exciting. Okay, I never had a remote before on such a cheap camera. I'm going to go through these very quickly because I'm probably not going to use most of these accessories. So if you'd like to feel free to go on Amazon and search for the camera and look at the product description if you'd like some more information about what these accessories specifically are for. But I'm not really going to show these, just kind of a lot of things that you can attach to your camera to mount it on specific items. So, but usually there are a lot of accessories included with these cameras. Okay, so this is very good. So far I'm really impressed here. We have a remote, there's going to be a touch screen on the camera. The presentation was very nice, but obviously this is something cool. It allows you to charge two batteries at the same time, which is very cool. I guess this will be an easy way to charge, and a fast way to charge your batteries. I assume that this is what's for. It's like, plug this in, connect it to your computer, and you can charge both batteries, which I have not seen before on other action cameras that I've owned. Two batteries, one of which is going to be in our camera, so we're going to try to do that. Let's do that now. See if we can insert a battery in our action camera. See if we can figure out... Oh no, sorry, I dropped it. See if we can figure out... Oh, did I just break the battery cover? Well, it doesn't matter. We're actually almost ready to insert the battery. Okay, so you see these little pins at the bottom. Don't know if you can see them, but there they are right there. I'm gonna line it up right here. And now we're ready to just, hopefully we didn't break this battery cover, but uh-oh, did we break it? Okay, please tell me I didn't break the battery cover. Please, please, I don't want to break this. Oh no, why does this have to be so difficult? Darn it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I guess we didn't break it after all. Let's just look at the rest of the accessories really quickly, and now we're going to your USB cable. Whoa. Okay, I am honestly very, very impressed right now. This might be an external microphone that you can plug in to your camera. A microphone for recording. Okay, this is probably has to be the best value I've ever seen on an action camera that I've had before. I mean, maybe there's some that do have this many accessories, but you see this? You can plug this in, I guess, and it's an external microphone that you can use for recording. We're going to see how good the quality is. We're going to test it out, absolutely. But that's very interesting that they gave you a microphone attachment. So there's a microphone built in here, and there's also this microphone that you can plug in. Wow. That's amazing, actually. I'm honestly very, very impressed by that. So, wow. Okay, so far so good with the accessories. We've got the remote. Now, the only thing left to do will be to see if it produces good quality video, but we're going to get to that as soon as possible. Wow, there's even another little reminder about how to potentially get some kind of gift. Leave an honest review. Okay, so you feel free, if you have this camera, feel free to look at that, but right now we'll just be focused on the camera itself. Okay. Our dedicated and friendly customer care team will work at full stretch to put a smile back on your face and restore confidence in VanTop if you are unhappy with the product. Very nice that they provide email addresses for support. So they're encouraging feedback, constructive criticism. This is so far amazing. Let's see. We are just happy that you are happy. If you don't know how to express your new functionality, we've got a few suggestions. I'll definitely be making some YouTube videos, which I'm doing right now. Okay, so I will say that so far customer service looks really good. They have some email addresses for support. They've got a whole bunch of accessories, and we're not even done with the accessories yet. We got 2 batteries. We have a battery charging station. We have an external microphone for, I guess, better sound quality. We have a remote control, and we have some other mounts. We have our instruction manual. Really lots of stuff going on here. This is very exciting. And look, we still haven't even unpacked everything. This is just amazing. We've got, let's see, an extra battery cover in case we almost broke that one like I did, to make sure that we cover up our battery. This is cool. A screen, a little cloth for cleaning your camera, cleaning the lens. Here's your manual. Again, this is just going to show you, probably going to talk about the accessories, how to insert the battery, different settings on the camera, how to switch camera modes. So let's see, we got video, time lapse, slow motion, photo, photo lapse, burst photos. Okay, shows you different options for these different settings. Yeah, I mean, please feel free to just look around if you... Obviously, I'm not going to show you this whole manual, but that's okay. It would take a lot of time if I was going to show you the manual. So, let's see. We still have lots of accessories here. So, okay. So, we have another mount. We have more mounts. Again, I'm not going to be using these, but okay, this is very important. That's your USB cable. You're going to be used to charge your camera, or I guess you can use this charging station, and for transferring footage from your camera to your computer. Lots of accessories. It's amazing. There's still so much stuff in here. Incredible. The usual attachments, extra accessories you'll see on these action cameras. It's a lot of stuff. Some ties here, if you like to attach your camera to something. some very heavy mounts right here. Most of which we're not even going to use. I guess an extra... Lots of accessories. Still going. Still going. Whoa! Wow! 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 And it comes with a case. I mean, with a very soft case for to put your camera in. Wow! That's very cool. Wow! Talk about accessories. Wow! I mean, So far in terms of value for money, we're fantastic right now, but none of that matters if we don't like the quality. So we're gonna really hope that the quality is gonna be good. But look at all these accessories. What's this? Okay, so we're finally done looking at the accessories. Wow, that was a lot. Look at all this stuff we got here. I don't know what this is exactly. Oh, is this a battery for our remote control? Is this what it's for? Let's see what it says. Lithium battery. Maybe this is a battery for remote control. Probably. Well, that's exciting. Extra battery for remote control. Okay. Unbelievable, all this stuff that we have. Lots of straps and accessories. Look at all this, and in particular, this case is really cool. Okay, so now that we have unpacked all of the accessories that we've got on this $50 camera, incredible amount of accessories, including an external microphone, which is buried here somewhere, a remote control, this camera case, 2 batteries, a charging station, and much more. We're ready to see if we can start using this camera, start testing it out, and show you some sample test footage. Again, if you would like to skip the boring part of this video where I unbox this camera, please feel free to go to the next part of the video, later in the video, where we show some video tests. So now we are ready to turn on the VanTop moment for you and see what kind of settings we have, and then we're going to get right into testing the camera and showing you the footage, and we're going to let you, the viewer, decide for yourself if you think the quality looks good at different resolutions or if you're disappointed. But if you'd like to see more videos with specific video tests, long videos that we took at specific resolutions, please feel free to browse the channel if you'd like to see more videos on those. More video tests and maybe the time-lapse feature or maybe slow motion, etc. But for now, we're going to show you the menu settings and before we get into the part where we test the videos. I mean, we're going to show you the videos recorded with this camera at different resolutions, video tests. But for now, let's turn on the camera, pressing this button right here, and we're going to show you the menu. Hopefully there's some battery life. There is. Good. So the batteries are reasonably charged, so let's get started. Okay. So the first thing you can see right away that the battery is not fully charged, but that's okay. It should be enough time for us to go through the settings. So apparently there's a touch screen here, which is pretty cool. So you can see your settings. So the touch screen is, wow, that's really cool. Maybe this will go back. How do we go back? Oh, back. There's a back button right here. Okay. Press the shutter button to exit. Okay. We've got our touch screen, which is unique for a $50 camera, I think. And so you got settings. I guess this can be your record button right here. And right now it says that the default resolution, or probably the highest resolution as well, is 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. We're going to make some video tests. But more importantly, I just want to see what some of the settings are. So let's see what happens when we hold this button down. Nothing. So it looks like most of the controls here will be on our touch screen. Let's see if these buttons do anything. They do not. So it looks like most of the navigation... Huh? What did I do? Okay. Most of the navigation here, or almost all the navigation on this menu, will have to be from the touchscreen, which I guess is not too bad, but I'm used to the tactile buttons. But that's okay, touchscreen is fine. Okay, so let's start by going to the settings and see what we have here. Okay, video resolution. Video resolution, we have 4K at 30 frames per second, 2.7K 30 frames per second, and you can see you can scroll using these buttons here to different settings. 1080p 60 frames per second, 1080p 30, 720p 120 frames per second, etc. So let's just start at 4K resolution, I guess. Image stabilization. EIS, that has to do with image stabilization. So my understanding of that is that it's going to make the camera, if you're walking around or if the camera's moving, this effect will basically make the footage look more stable and not like it's shaking. So we can either turn that on or we can turn it off. Looping video, time-lapse video, so that has to do with taking a picture or every 1 second, 5 seconds, etc., 10 seconds, and the footage will look like it's sped up. Because if your end result is going to be 30 frames per second, and if you take a picture every 1 second, put that together as 30 frames per second, then it's going to look like everything is going by 30 times faster. Okay, so let's just turn that off for a second. Alright, so right now we have 4K. Okay, so off, these features are currently off, so let's see. Slow motion, off audio record, we're going to record audio. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of settings, but as you can see, there's video settings, camera settings, general settings. So let's look at the camera settings. Photo resolution all the way up to 20 megapixels. We're going to definitely take some photos. Continuous lapse. Let's see, time-lapse photo. Okay. Burst photo. Okay, now let's look at some other settings that we have here. Wi-Fi, remote control, volume. Let's turn the volume down. Okay, that's better. There's different effects. Oh, okay, we have, wow, there's different effects. Maybe that's for both recording videos and for taking pictures, contrast. Okay, so now let's go to some general settings. Language, English, car mode, driving mode, date and time, power off. I don't want the auto power off. Snow mode, I don't know what snow mode is. Stamp off. Upside down off. Screensaver, let's turn off screensaver for now. Oh, format. Let's format the memory card. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. So those are your settings. You have various features as we already looked at right here. For example, you have slow motion, time lapse, image stabilization setting, and of course you have the video setting. So we're going to go back now. And as you can see here, this playback button will be to play videos that you've probably recorded, but we haven't recorded anything, so there's nothing there. So let's go back. So there you have it. This is the VanTop Moment for You, a camera that we bought on Amazon for an action camera, a camcorder for recording videos that we bought on Amazon for a little less than $50. And so far, I'm extremely impressed with how easy it is to use the touchscreen. I'm impressed that there's a lot of good settings here, like image stabilization and 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Let's just turn this off very quickly. And of course, we're going to make some separate video tests with videos that we've recorded with this camera, so you can judge for yourself if you like the quality. And until then, I can't really say that I like this camera until we've seen how good the video quality is. But so far, I can say that I am very impressed with all of these accessories that we have here. Some of them are standard, like the underwater housing, obviously, and a lot of these mounts and basic accessories. But some of the things like a remote control, an extra battery for your remote control. The USB cable is obviously standard as well. But now I'm talking about the charging station for charging 2 batteries at the same time. You have your external microphone to have maybe better sound quality to attach to this camera, to maybe make it more like a vlog style camera. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to see how good the quality is. You have your cloth for cleaning your lens, and we have 2 batteries. So I'm very excited to try this camera out. If you'd like to skip to the next part of the video, please feel free to go ahead. We're going to record some footage at different resolutions. We're going to show you at what resolution we're recording these videos. And you can see if you think the video quality looks good for a camera that cost around $50. And I am very excited to see how good the video quality is on the VanTop Moment for You action camera. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video, next video clips, where we just show you some recordings that we created with this camera. I will show what resolution it is, for example, 4K, 1080p, 2.7K, and I'll let you decide, do you think the quality looks good on this camera that was around $50, or do you not like the quality? But feel free to browse the channel for some additional videos that we're going to post. We're going to be making lots of videos showing all the features here, Thanks for watching this video, and have a nice day. Hello, this is the VanTop moment for you. Budget-friendly action camera which we purchased on Amazon for around $50, a little bit less than that. This is just a 4K video test at 30 frames per second. If you're just curious to see what the video quality looks like at 4K 30 frames per second on a $50 action camera which we purchased on Amazon. You can find many of these on Amazon. If you choose to buy one of these cameras instead of a more expensive camera from a brand like GoPro, you have many options, to the point that it's overwhelming. If you would like to research more budget-friendly action cameras, which still come with lots of accessories, but the quality will not be perfect. It'll still be very good, but what the trick is really to play around with different resolution settings, different frame rates, and just to see which video settings are the best, at least in your opinion, of course. So this is a 4K video test at 30 frames per second with the VanTop Moment for You action camera. Sorry, 4K video test at 30 frames per second with the VanTop Moment for You, just to see how good the quality is. Do you like the quality? Do you think it's acceptable? Or do you think that it's a little bit grainy? It's totally up to you. I leave it up to you. 4K video test, 30 frames per second. With this budget-friendly action camera, which we recently purchased on Amazon. Thanks for watching this video, and have a nice day. Here's another 2.7K video test at 30 frames per second with the VanTop Moment for You action camera on this beautiful Saturday late afternoon, April 10th, 2021. Just making some video tests. 2.7K video test resolution, 30 frames per second with the VanTop Moment for You, which we're hoping will create some good footage for us. 2.7K, 30 frames per second. Do you like the footage? Do you think it looks clear? It probably looks more clear now that I put it in one place and I'm not moving it. So let's just walk around a little bit. Yeah, that is very nice day right now. But anyways, we are here just to see if the video quality looks good. If you can hear me right now, I hope so. But the truth is that this is not my favorite built-in microphone. I just think that the audio gets a little bit distorted if I'm talking very loud, which I tend to do a bit. So basically, I think the microphone is not the best, because if I talk too loud, the audio gets distorted. I don't sound perfectly clear, but maybe if I put the camera away from my face, like at least a foot away, maybe that's better that way. But anyways, image stabilization is off for now. This is the VanTop Moment for You action camera. We've got a 2.7K video test at 30 frames per second here. Hello, this is a 1080p video test, 1080p resolution, with the VanTop Moment for You action camera. 60 frames per second is our Number of frames per second is 1080p resolution, 60 frames per second with the VanTop Moment For You action camera, which we purchased on Amazon for a little bit less than $50. This is my personal favorite video setting on action cameras. I like 1080p, 60 frames per second. It's good quality and very smooth video. Especially on these cheaper cameras, the ones that cost around $50, $60, $70. I like the 1080p, 60 frames per second setting. But just keep in mind that on some cheaper action cameras, and by cheaper I mean less than $200, if you turn on image stabilization, it's not on right now, but if you turn on image stabilization, you might see a little bit of a sacrifice in quality. So I'm just saying, I find that with these cheaper action cameras, if you turn off image stabilization, you will have better quality. Right now it is off. There is no image stabilization right now. Just move the camera here a little bit. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, April 10th, 2021. We have our 1080p, 60 frames per second video test with the VanTop Moment For You. Welcome back to another video test. This time it's 720p at 120 frames per second. This should be pretty smooth, I hope so. The VanTop Moment For You. So hopefully this will create some good photos, some good videos for us as we see how smooth the footage looks with 720p, 120 frames per second. And this is the perfect place to test out how smooth the footage looks with some cars going by. So the VanTop Moment For You action camera, which you can find on Amazon. I think it was released in the summer of 2020 on Amazon, and here it is still on Amazon. 720p, 120 frames per second. I'm excited to see how this looks because the video should ideally be very smooth at 120 frames per second. That's a lot. So let's just move the camera here a little bit. Okay. 720p, 120 frames per second. I'll let you decide if you like the quality. I can't wait to transfer this footage to the computer and we'll see what it looks like.